It's a pleasure to be speaking with you both again about one of my favorite shows on the air, Resident Alien. We spoke last, I think it was in the middle of season two during that hiatus in the
Hmm.
episodes. And fortunately, there's been lots of great content in between. But the biggest thing I just spoke to Alice is that it's been so long since we've seen anything about this show. How are you guys feeling right now about the series?
Uh,
I'm feeling great. We just
yeah,
finished a really, if we do say so ourselves, fantastic season three.
yeah.
We finished shooting at the beginning of May, so I'm feeling really good about things. Corey?
So am I. I agree with Liz. We having the foresight of what the audience is going to get, knowing what's coming. I would deem this as kind of the holy shit season. Um, hey, there's a lot of, and actually, there were many times when I got to the end of episodes for three that I literally texted Chris, "Holy shit!" Um, I think Chris has done a masterful job of keeping the story moving and introducing new storylines and advances in character development that I think that the audience is really going to be surprised by.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things a changing in patience.
Yep.
So season three is very exciting, and yeah, that's all we can say about that.
That's quite an enticing tease, and I wouldn't ask you anymore because I don't want to get anyone in trouble if you would even be so
Right?
inclined
You
to
see like a
reveal that.
red dot slowly start like appearing on my forehead.
Yeah.
But well, let's talk about season two then. I talking about changes in patience. I enjoyed Mike's enthusiasm for this whole idea of business transformation of patience. What is it like to embody that side of him?
I think he's excited about Patience being, well, I guess, as close as it can be to a thriving, mountain town metropolis. Where he sees himself as the guardian, like kind of like almost like Batman and Robin. With we even make that reference when in season one, in the burger scene, I think you say something about he'd be Batman, you'd be Robin, or whatever. But I think that's what this idea of being heroic and wanting to be this kind of um, this tip of the spear of justice. I think was driving this idea in his mind that if patients got bigger, that means more people would come, and if more people would come, that means more crime, and if there's more crime, then there's more crimes to solve. Which is, a really,
I love it. I love that that's the roundabout way, right? It's
yeah. I
like,
think that's how he gets there in his mind.
yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would say.
I think Liv, we've gotten to see a lot more, in terms of her past, and especially getting to share some scenes with Terry O'Quinn, which I imagine was quite exciting.
Ooh, I had such a great time working with Terry. I'm really glad that I didn't actually, I haven't ever seen Lost. And I feel like if I had, I would have been extra fangirly, you know? But yeah, it was a gift. And we got to spend, I think it was over a couple of days where we did a lot of scenes together and we had such a great time. We both love to sing in between takes and things, and it was great.
It's funny. I was going to guess that you weren't a fan of Lost or hadn't seen Lost because you said you were not really, a sci-fi person before this show. So I imagine that's even more rewarding in some ways to have him come on without this whole backdrop of who he is.
Yes, but you know what I did see after I worked with him, and I can't remember who I was telling. I was really glad I saw it after. Was we finally watched The Stepfather? Was it from the 80s? Corey, if
Really,
you ever want to be scared uh of the character that Terry plays,
yeah.
watch The Stepfather.
The
It is so
Stepfather. All right.
good.
Well, I'm
Yes.
always looking for something to watch. The Stepfather. I'll just get that on. Do you know where it's streaming?
I don't know.
I'll just look it
Um,
up. I'll find it. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he's a gift. He was amazing.
That's fun. No, it's also nice to see him just in sort of a more lighthearted role on the show, even though there's some seriousness behind it, just because there are some sort of serious themes on this show that are presented, like again, wanting more murders in the town, which, if you think about it, really is quite a dark concept. But
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
done very, playfully and with such a fantastic banter between your two characters.
Yeah, that started pretty immediately. The chemistry was just there. I love her. She's like, like my sister. We can, and
Yeah.
in between takes, we just sit and talk and hang out and joke and laugh. And Liz
Make
she's the
fart
best.
noises.
Yeah, make
Sorry.
fart noises. We, practice our beatboxing. You know what I mean? Because we're going
Yeah.
to nationals. No, I'm kidding.
Yes. Woo! Yeah, no, Corey and I think as evidenced, I think it comes through in the work as well. We have a great time off
Yeah,
screen together as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause we do.
And
Most of our scenes are together. We spend a lot of time together.
Yep. Especially
it's
in
true.
season 3, but we won't talk about that part.
Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. My
Yeah.
goodness.
Just digging in there. Just wait for everything that's great in season 3 we can't talk about.
Yeah.
Well, do you ever feel, sort of left out of the rest of the action? How much are you aware of what else, of the rest of the script and what everyone else is up to?
Well, it's funny because we were sort of talking about kind of this same thing earlier, which is that a lot of times we're shooting our scenes, like Corey and I are shooting all our scenes in a couple of days for that episode or something. So we don't all get to see each other as much as we would like to. So we don't necessarily see all of the things that are going on with the other characters like live, but we've
Yeah.
read this, we've read the script, and we have done, at least for season 3, we got to go back to table reads, which was great. But yeah, so it's like, I wish we all saw each other more. I wish like all of our characters could be in every scene together, but obviously that's not possible. So it's still, even though we've read the scripts, I think Corey feels the same way. When we actually watch the episodes, we're like, oh wow.
Yeah, it feels like it's new. Like
Yeah.
oh, I didn't expect that. What a twist. You're like, wait a
Right.
minute, I had this. How did I not know this? Yeah.
I do enjoy that we get to see Liv with, the other girls on the show and just that whole history. What is it like to film those scenes, and especially that, specific the girls' night episode?
Oh, the girls' night episode was so good.
Great
We,
episode.
yeah, yeah, it was everyone. There was so much good stuff in that episode, but it was wonderful to work with, most of the women, because we're not often, like, our characters aren't often all in scenes together. So this was a really good chance for us all to spend, a couple weeks together and watch all the funny things that our characters do, because it was fun to see all of our characters interacting at the same time because we hadn't all done that yet. So yeah, that episode was a lot of fun to shoot.
I'm also enjoying seeing how Mike's relationship with Ben is evolving because he's so mean to him. But I think that I don't know, it's just so fun to watch.
I when I think about that situation, it reminds me of like taking my dog to the dog park. I think he humps Ben for dominance. You know what I mean? He just wants to remind Ben at every opportunity that if they're in a room together, he's the alpha. And the thing about Levi is so awesome and so funny and so wonderful, like to work with. I enjoy our time together, and we have some very interesting things in season 3 as well. Not trying to keep teasing that, but yeah, watching that Mike's relationship slowly develop with everyone. I mean, he's also not from Patience, so I think that fueled a lot of his just terseness with Deputy Liv, was this idea of not fitting in quite in his own way and feeling like he needed to prove himself all the time, and kind of being allowing those insecurities to actually fuel an inability to perform his job to the best of his abilities, and then having a deputy who is actually so good at her job as well. It just kind of, he was like, I got to find some way to pull her down because she's way up there. And so, but he tried to grab her and pull her, and instead she like lifted him up. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how that went. But yeah, we We have this rare gem of an opportunity with this show where you love what you do and you love the people you're doing it with.
Yeah.
And I think I speak for everyone when I feel like, you know, we know good energy comes from our show. We know that when people come away from sitting and watching our show and watching our journey of our characters in the storytelling, they're going to come away with some part of their humanity that has been recharged, and some part of their humanity that has been um, refreshed. And little by little, when you can do that with people, you can have an effect on how they feel, and how they feel will translate into how they treat others as well. So I know that there's a lot of, and it sounds all kind of frou-frou-y and shit or whatever, but I know with everything spearheading from Chris, there is a lot of good energy that's put into this experience and this storytelling that I hope the audience receives.
Do either of you, see what fans are saying or engage with them at all?
I did when I
Oh
was on
yeah.
Twitter. Yeah, I'm not on Twitter
Yeah.
anymore though.
Corey's not on Twitter anymore. I'm
I
sort of
know. I do miss it
half,
though.
I know, but it's not the same
No, it's
as
a
it was before.
hellscape.
Yeah. But we did get a good chance as season 2 was airing. We would live tweet the shows when they were airing. When we went and did Comic-Con last
That was
summer,
awesome.
it was amazing because I don't know, like Corey, how many people would you say were in that ballroom? Fans of
Oh
the show?
man.
1,000?
Yeah,
Less?
at least. I mean, it was a big
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Getting a chance to like connect with the audience like that. And we've been embraced since they did sorry to cut you off. I don't know if you were finished. I don't want
No,
to.
that's okay. I just wanted to say it was really nice to meet all the fans at Comic-Con. And because we were on social media so much during season 2, and also got a chance to finally meet everyone in person, I got a chance to see what everyone was saying and thinking, and it was really cool. Go
Yeah.
ahead, buddy.
No, that's it. I mean, you summed it up. I think um I think that as people watch the show, there's a little bit of everyone that they can identify with. And that ability to connect and finding that intersectionality of where the characters kind of are a conduit to how you would react or what you would do or what you're feeling or something that you connect to it's a powerful thing. And so having that ability to do that live in person takes me back, and I'm sure it lives too, back to our like theater experience.
Yep.
Television doesn't create a two-way portal. So we can't, get that energy necessarily from the audience. So getting it from a live audience and having them ask their questions, and but I tell you, Twitter was interesting for that too, because I had in I can't remember. I think it's the opening episode of season 2. I'm talking to Liz's character. She's doing a podcast, like a crime podcast to me, and she's walking me through the crime scene of what happened with Alan. And there's a joke I improvised at the end that if I had 6 arms, I could cut my showering time in half, because I could wash my nuts and my butt and my pits, and I'd still have 2 hands left, right? That was the joke that I improv. And then I think Liz responded with, it's a glorious day to be alive, or something like that.
It's a glorious day to be alive. But in one of the takes, I said, then you're going to need 6 dicks.
Right, exactly. But
yeah.
but a fan pointed out
highbrow stuff.
Absolutely, this is what we do. But a fan pointed out on Twitter that I actually would not have extra hands, because if I had 6 arms, that means I would have 6 pits. So and and I thought about that, and it was like ... bubble. Holy shit, that's genius! Like someone like took the time to be like, well, no, actually, you wouldn't have free hands, because you don't just have one set of pits. Now you have 6. So yeah, so that interconnection with the fans is actually kind of fun. Yeah.
Learn new things every day.
There
Absolutely.
you go, man.
Well, since you've finished filming season 3 already, do you think there's a season 4 in the cards? Does the show set it up well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They set
for
it up
sure.
really well.
Let me just clarify what it is we're answering. We're not saying for sure for season 4, although we all feel very optimistic about that. But when it comes to is season 3 setting up season 4?
Yeah.
Yes, in a colossal way, a game-changing way. So, and it's interesting because like it's going to be. I mean, we have to be the canary in the cat with the canary. Yeah, totally. You know what I mean? We have to be that until it airs. But
cat with the canary. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. But this is this season changes everything. Mm-hmm. Everything. So, I think I would be pretty heartbroken if we didn't get to see how this plays out. We can't leave it here. We can't. Mm-mm. Or there. Nope. I don't know. I don't know what way I have to speak
or anywhere
about it.
We just can't leave it.
We can't leave it where it ends.
Yeah.
It's like not getting that resolution, in an orchestra. Da, 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 and you just hang it there. You're like, wait, no, I need the duh. Like you gotta.
That's right.
So
we gotta bring in the oboe.
Yeah, and this is no bullshit. Like a lot of actors get on TV and they're like, yeah, we got some exciting stuff, blah 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 blah, and you're kind of like, you get to it and you're like, that wasn't all that exciting. Like you totally like fucking roped and doped me. This season changes everything. I am not bullshitting. And if anybody, when it finally airs, everybody's gonna be like, no, you won't bullshit. He was dead serious. He was serious than a motherfucker. He was right. He said it, and there it is. Wow, I did not see that coming. So, there it is. There it is, man.
Well, I'm excited. Listen, I mean, I'm glad, at least, even if you can't say anything about it, I'm glad you have good things to say about season 3. Because if you didn't have, that would be sad. But I'm looking forward to it, and I appreciate any chance to revisit this great show while we wait for what's coming next. So
we'll come back and do an interview at the end of season 3, and you can replay this clip, and you'd be like, "Bruh,
yeah,
you weren't lying, man. If there's one thing you're not, it's a liar, bruh, because you just fucking." Anyway.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both, and I look forward to talking again soon.
All right. Thanks, Abe.
Thank you so much, Abe.
Be well, man.